as Grammar of Data Manipulation, which provides a consistent set of verbs or functions that help to solve the most common data manipulation challenges. I am pleased to welcome all the educators, young researchers, academicians, and students to advance their knowledge on this subject and apply it in their respective field of work. I hope you have a good learning experience over the course of next 3 days, and I wish you all a fruitful workshop. Starting with the proceedings, the welcome address will be given by Professor P.K. Shishodia. Dr. P.K. Shishodia is Professor of Electronics in Zakir Husain Delhi College and is the coordinator of DBT-STAR College scheme, Zakir Husain Delhi College. He has an experience of 30 years in teaching and research. Professor Shishodia has published more than 50 research papers in journals of international repute and in conference proceedings. He has successfully completed various research projects funded by UGC, DST, and JSPS Japan. He was a visiting scientist at Toyohashi University of Technology, Japan during 2003-2004. He has supervised 5 PhD research scholars. Professor Shishodia has also attended many international and national conferences, seminars, and workshops in India and abroad. With this very brief introduction, I now request Professor Shishodia to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Ananya, and good afternoon, everybody. It's Professor Balram Paniji, Dean of Colleges, University of Delhi, Professor Sangeeta Pandita, Principal, Zakir Husain Delhi College, Professor G.S. Tuteja, Teacher in Charge, Mathematics Department, and our resource person for this workshop, Dr. Dheeraj Singh, Professor of Mathematics Department, Dr. Ananya, and other colleagues present in the workshop, and participants, and my dear students. Functions of this 2-day national workshop of R packages, dplyr, grammar of manipulations, being held from today onwards, from 10th to 12th March, on behalf of the DBT-STAR College scheme, and Zakir Husain College, and on my personal behalf. We are highly grateful to Professor Balram Paniji, Dean of Colleges, the University, for sparing his valuable time
I think we lost connection.
Many other academic activities under the DBT-STAR College scheme. The DBT-STAR College scheme was awarded to us during 2020, but due to the pandemic, COVID-19, we were not able to organize many functions, but we have tried to organize many activities as and when then the situation is normal. We have organized 1-week workshop on data manipulation and visualization through statistical software R from July 27 to 31, 2020, and of course the GS Tuteja. We have organized online lecture on environment and sustainable development under outreach program by in association with Rama Devi Mahila College, Devgarh, Sino Kanu Murmu University, Dumka, Jharkhand, and the speaker was Dr. Mamta Tripathi from Delhi University. We have also organized another lecture on environment and sustainable development and the same call in association with that the Mahila College Devgar during this period. During December 20 to 24-21, we have organized a 5-day online national workshop for the UG students under recent technological advances in the area of biosciences. An online program on that the lecture on semiconductor devices and applications were also held during that the February 10th, 2022, in collaboration with that RN College Hajipur, B.R. Ambedkar, Bihar University, Muzaffarpur, Bihar. So these were some of that the important activities which we have carried out under that the DBT program in our college, and we plan many more of activities to train our young minds at the level of undergraduate levels to cope up with that the upcoming scenario. As we are familiar that the National Education Policy 2020 is to harness full human potential and develop well-rounded competent individuals by providing the right environment to enable the inclusive or equitable quality of education. The education should have provision for lifelong learning, awareness of the new areas of knowledge, skilling to meet industrial demands for economic developments, developing scientific temperament and problem-solving attitude. So in this case, the new education policy is set to revolutionize the education system in the country from the school to higher education. Under the same premises, the University of Delhi, we are coming out with that the UGC, UGCF, that is program of which is going to be implemented from this current session, that is 22 to 23, and we hope that this framework is formulated with a student-centric approach, and we provides flexibility in terms of the choice of disciplines of study, developing academic pathways, having creative combinations of disciplines of study with multiple entry and exits, and determining semester-wise academic load and easy to learn to her pace the extent possible. So keeping all these parameters in view, we have designed such of the courses so that the student, apart from their normal studies under that the DBT-STAR College scheme, so that the students are skilled with some softwares which will be useful for them to do some research work or for their higher studies. So with these words, I welcome once again, and I'm very much grateful of Professor Balram Pandeyji, Sangeeta ma'am, and other colleagues for organizing this event, and we hope that the participants will enjoy during this package, and they will get fruitful interactions with our speaker. With these words, thank you so much. Thank you all, and I welcome all of you for this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Shishodia, for the encouraging words. I request all of you to mute your devices. Thank you. I now take the privilege to welcome Professor Sangeeta Pandita, Principal, Zakir Husain Delhi College. Madam Principal is Professor of Chemistry in Zakir Husain Delhi College. She has an experience of 36 years in teaching and research. Her areas of interest are innovations in organic chemistry laboratory, environment-friendly methods in chemistry, and waste reutilization. Madam Principal has published many research papers in scientific journals. She has also conducted research projects funded by UGC and University of Delhi. With this very concise introduction, I now request Madam Principal, Professor Sangeeta Pandita, to address the audience. Madam.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ananya, and good afternoon to everybody. I'm absolutely delighted to see Professor Pani Sahab here, Dean of Colleges. Warm welcome to you, sir, and indeed we are grateful to you for your presence, because that position that you are, I think your presence is more than enough for us. Your presence itself speaks a lot for us. We are absolutely delighted to have you here. But Dr. Tuteja, Professor Tuteja, who is going to conduct, who's going to also speak about in this particular program. I'm really thankful to you, Professor Shishodia. For the last, I must mention that for the last few months, we have been trying to put life into this project, which was granted to us, DBT-STAR College. And we are trying out, as spelled out by Professor Shishodia, the kind of activities that we have been doing is to put life into this project, well-deserved project that we've got. Despite the pandemic, now we are probably gaining foothold in this area and trying to do our bit from time to time. This is why this package was conceptualized, because as Ananya has already briefly mentioned, that this is about, this will train them into statistical methods. This is the way data is exploring all, rather there's an explosion of data all around us, whether it is in all kinds of arena, and scientific methods also we need to train people to handle that kind of data, because a lot of it is hidden in the data that we get. So unless we are properly trained, perhaps we will not make any sense of the data that we collect. So it is precisely with that point in mind that these latest packages are being dealt with, and it's thoughtful of Professor Tuteja to introduce this to our young scientists and budding scientists, I would say, because many of them would be students who would want to enhance their skills in this particular area of statistical computing. So very essential for their research work and their advanced studies. So it's once again, I think I'm absolutely delighted at this particular session, because we have been able to at least do something in this direction, and with good wishes and blessings of all, we will be certainly able to progress more in this direction. So welcome everybody for this 2-day session. Hope you have a wonderful and great learning session during these 2 days. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Principal, for the encouraging words. Hearing you is always a delight. Our chief guest for the workshop is Professor Balram Pani. Dr. Balram Pani is Professor of Chemistry in Bhaskaracharya College of Applied Sciences, University of Delhi, and Dean of Colleges at University of Delhi. He has decades of experience in teaching and research. His areas of interest are polymer science and environmental science. Professor Pani has published multitude of research papers in journals of international repute and in conference proceedings. He has conducted research projects funded by University of Delhi. Professor Pani has also authored numerous books and book chapters. I now request Professor Balram Pani to address the audience.
Thank you, Dr. Ananya Banerjee, and good afternoon, everybody. And Sabko Namaste, and Professor Sangeeta Pandita, the principal of the college, and also belongs to my own group, means that is the chemistry, and Professor P.K. Sisodiya-ji, and Professor Gurmeet Singh Tuteja-ji, and he is also my good friend of mine, and my dear colleagues and student friends and the participants. Means it is, first of all, I will congratulate you all for this national workshop, that is the onR package dplyr. Means here you have written that the grammar of manipulation. Means whenever the manipulation, it is the, means if the manipulation is in the right direction, then this is not manipulation. It is in the proper direction, means you cannot manipulate all these things. Means it is in the proper direction, so that's why the positive message is going on. So definitely this type of manipulation, whenever you will give it the positive thoughts and positive direction, then it is not called manipulation, number one. Number two, and here it is the science and technology. Means whenever you will talk about the science, means here, means I am absolutely delighted that this course, you have applied it as a certificate course or additional course, add-on courses in your college. That is the beauty of this course. Means whenever you are already doing all these things in your college and you are doing the workshop on this college, means so that the teachers as well as the students, they both will be benefited out of it. And the science without any application, there is no meaning. The science always means wherever there is a science, science means it has given some possibilities. And technology, that is the application of the science. When it will apply it, mechanism, whatever the mechanism we are applying, that is the technology. Means that is the R package and dplyr, means you have developed in the software, you have developed in your college, means if it is not developed still, then that what are the possibilities, and now you are applying it in the different fields, whether it is the medical science, whether it is the agricultural science, or any other fields. The statistics already, Professor Pandita has already told that you are already using it in the statistics. So that's why, means these things, whatever you have already developed, that you are applying it somewhere else. And now it is applying in your college, that is the skill development. Means right now, Professor Sishwati also told that, okay, in the NEP, one, it is the theme is that skill development program should be involved in each and every colleges. You have already eyed up that one. So that's why I'm thankful to you all that you have already done all these things. I think this is not only the skill development, means from this you can extract the research work also. Means some research abilities may be developed from this course. Means I don't know, means where, but the students are very smart enough, and those participants, they are very smart enough, and out of this they can find it out, means where they can go ahead with the research work. And whenever this is the research work, and it will be very, very beautiful. And one thing I will suggest, or I request, rather I am not suggesting, I am requesting to Professor Pandita that, or to Professor Tuteja also, this type of workshops should be well documented. And if it will be well documented, your future generation, means the future students, means those who will come over, or the other colleges also, they will be benefited out of it. Means whenever there is any new thing, that should be spread out to all over the colleges. It should not be restricted to your college only and your students only. Means it should be. And another one, if in the future if you will do some such type of a workshop, you should collaborate with other colleges also. You just invite them. If somebody will agree to collaborate with you, then it will be also better. Means right now the monopoly is over. Means we can binary system or a ternary system, we can go ahead that one. Maybe 2-3 colleges will come together and develop such type of, means many students, means here whatever you have done, means this, just I have read out this package, and this package is very beautiful. And this package, if it will be spread throughout the university, then almost all the students will be benefited. Means here, means that is right now, in the 86, total participants are 86 or 90, around 90. If you will collaborate with the other colleges, then maybe 500 students will be benefited. So this is my request. If you, means though right now it is not, but if you can document it in a proper way, and it will spread it out, means in the future to your college also, if it will put it in your archive, in your library, then it will be also benefited to the future generation, and you can give it to the other colleges if they ask you for this one. And you have invited me, so I am thankful, and again I congratulate you for this type of workshop. And this workshop, means such type of workshop will be carried out more frequently. It is my wish. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Pane. I now welcome Professor Gurpreet Singh Tuteja, coordinator of our workshop. Dr. Tuteja is a professor of mathematics at Zakir Husain Delhi College. He is presently teacher in charge of Department of Mathematics, Zakir Husain Delhi College, and Joint Dean of Students' Welfare, University of Delhi. Professor Tuteja has an experience of more than 25 years and has relentlessly worked in popularizing computer algebra system, CAS, and R. He is a Microsoft certified software developer and an associate member of the Insurance Institute of India. He served in SGT University, Gurugram as Pro Vice Chancellor during 2018 to 2020, and has also served as Head of the Department of Mathematics in Muscat, Oman. Professor Tuteja has published several papers in national and international journals and is also the author of the popular book Practical Mathematics Using Maxima. I would now request Professor J.S. Tuteja to introduce the course of the workshop to the audience.
Sir, unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, Ananya. Honorable. Yeah, it is on. Thank you, Ananya. Thank you so much. Honorable Chief Guest, Senior Professor Balram Pani Sir, Dean of Colleges, Professor Sangeeta Pandita, Madam, Principal Zakir Husain, Delhi College, Professor P.K. Shishodia, Coordinator DBT-STAR Scheme, faculty members from other colleges and our college and other universities, students from our college and other states. Sir, in this workshop, more than 300 students have registered within 24 hours. Then we closed down the window, and they are from different states. They belong to more than 6 states. Being restriction here, there is a restriction in the Google Meet that not more than 100 students are allowed. So that's why this number is hovering around 192. Otherwise, many students are on YouTube as well. So I come to this main topic that you know that we are living in the era of big data, and today's socially active world, data is growing at a tremendous pace of 2.5 quintillion bytes a day, roughly. That is only set to increase over the coming years. The days of being impressed by gigabytes are now long gone, because normally you see even our basic smartphones have 30 GB of data storage, while top range of iPhone has more than 500 GB. So now we are talking about terabytes, petabytes, exabytes, and zettabytes. Business giants like Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. are the some of the amongst few associations who are working on big data. These giants are now busy using these data to infer consumer emotions, health issues, cultural patterns, weather predictions, and many more to come. Sir, I will give you a very small example in 1 minute, in just 1 minute, that social media usage in 2018 was a Twitter user sent more than 473,400 tweets in a day. Snapchat users shared 2 million photos in 2018. Instagram users posted 49,380 pictures, and LinkedIn giant gained 120 lakh new users in 2018. So that is what you see, that data is growing up like anything. Google processes 40,000 searches every second and 3.5 billion searches a day. So that huge kind of data is being handled by such giants. 1.5 billion people are active on Facebook every day, and that is 1/5 of the world population. Sir, 2/3 of the world's population now own a mobile phone. So this workshop is dedicated to understand the data and filter the data. Basically, we need to infer, to analyze the data. And I believe me, sir, after doing these 3 days, they will understand how to analyze the data. So for data analytics, today, these 3 days are very important. At least they will understand the basics of analytics. I'm thankful to Sir, Dean of Colleges, Senior Professor Balram Pani, for his immense support and encouraging us to hold this workshop. It is true that NEP is going to make SCC more relevant, and mathematics department will surely help students to understand artificial intelligence, machine learning, subjects which are of concern these days. Sir, you have spared your valuable time from the busy schedule as the university is gearing up for centenary celebrations. We express our gratitude to you, sir. Professor Sangeeta Pandita, Principal Zakir Husain, Delhi College, you have given us 100% support in organizing maybe this workshop or any other activity which is beyond classroom. I'm thankful to you, sir, ma'am, and for helping us. And your office was truly helpful to us for organizing this workshop. The entire show is being conducted under the aegis of DBT-STAR scheme coordinated by Professor P.K. Sosodia. I am thankful to him for letting Department of Mathematics to conduct this workshop. I am also thankful to the versatile Department of Mathematics, Zakir Husain Delhi College, whose faculty members, students are always enthusiastic in such activities. Dr. Dheeraj Singh has given his untiring support in giving the IT coordination. Last but not least, thanks to all participants who are either here or through YouTube. They are with me, and for the next 3 days, they will remain with me. But believe me, you will be with me for lifelong. We are going to learn together. We are going to share together. There is a WhatsApp group. Please join that. Thank you all. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you very much indeed, Professor Tuteja. With this, we conclude the inaugural proceedings of the workshop. We would now begin with today's session, and for that, it is now again over to Professor Tuteja. Thank you.
Thank you, Ananya. Thank you so much. So, should I begin this? I have to understand some basic things from the students, those who are here. How many of you have installed R? Can you raise your hands? Okay, it seems that good number of students have installed R, but never mind if you have not installed R, don't worry about it. I will give you some alternative way of using this R. You can install it after the class as well, but now you can start with me. Whatever command I do it here, please practice it then and there only. We'll go slow by slow, we'll practice each command, and once you understand this, then we will move to the next one. So that is the way I teach, and I wish that you will be able to understand this dplyr wholeheartedly, I believe. I mean, so that you can use in practical life also. We will be using COVID data as well. I have got some other data like pin code data of the country. I can share with it once we finish the basics of dplyr. So let us begin. Let me tell you first that there are basically 5 key commands in dplyr. Only 5, not more than 5. But these 5, they are conjoined with 2 more. So exactly speaking, it is 7. So there are 7 basic commands which you are going to learn in these 3 days. And today we will be doing a command which is called as the filter command. All right. So first you must understand what is this dplyr. Dplyr, basically R is a package. You know this. And dplyr is again a package which is available freely, and you can download it from GitHub. It is also there in the R, but you have to activate it. So for activating, how to go about it, I will tell you. So if you can open your R, that will be better. I'll open a new file here, new file. And here I go, R script. Those who are coming for the first time, what they can do is, if you allow me, I can switch off the mic, switch off this video. Yeah. And now we can go ahead. I can tell you that which are the other websites where you can do. Even if you are doing it with the mobile, please note that you can easily do it. So basically you have to open rdrr.io/snippets. If you want, I can put this in in your Google Meet.
Sir,
As in
share the screen.
sure, sure. Is screen visible? See, I have opened
Yes,
this
sir.
particular website. So
Yes, sir.
those who are through their mobiles, they can open this website, and those who are through their computers, they can use it. Uh, they can install R as well, or if they don't have time now to install, they can log on onto this website. It is fine. This website works good, but for a limited period, a limited number of commands. It is fine to begin with. I don't mind if you are using this. All right, good. I can see that a lot of students are there who have already installed. That's fine. I'm happy to see. But anyway, we need. If you have not installed it, those who are joining us through the YouTube, they can they can install it if they have not installed. Now installing R, you can find out easily how to install R. Installing R is not a big thing. You have to install two things. First R, the basic R, and then R Studio. So let me tell you how to search this. Download R, and once you do this, you will be taken to CRAN project. Just click this, and you are there. If you are running on the Windows, you can download from here. Download R 4.1.2 for Windows. It is 86 megabyte. Mind this, that this works for both 32 and 64 bit. And if you want to check your system, whether it is 32 bit or 64 bit, just go to the system, click this PC, go into the properties. There you can read what kind of system is yours. So it says system type 64-bit operating system with x64 based processor. So this is how you can check it. I mean, you should know that what kind of system is yours. If you don't remember, you can go from there. Then next is to download the R Studio. You just go into the R Studio, download for Windows. If you have Windows, just click this, download the R Studio. Here comes the R Studio. You can download it. It comes with the professional version also. It has server also. It has Workbench. Now there is another advancement, that FOSSIE. This is another those who are doing open source softwares. They understand. They are providing on the cloud some space to the users of R. So that is another advancement. Some other time I will explain you that how to use cloud R as well without paying any money. Here you have to pay money for it in R Studio, but never mind, it is fine. If you are downloading this R Studio desktop, it is as good for the last so many years. I'm using it and I'm happy with it. You will also be happy. All right, so download it and install it. But if you can't do it, if you are having your iPad, you cannot download it. I know in iPad it cannot be downloaded. Never mind, you can come to this rdrr.io/snippets. From here, you can go. There is another website which helps you to do this online work that I can tell you. It is w3schools.com. I would request Dheeraj kindly put these two URLs in that students message box, so that they can do it. They can directly log on to that URL rather than typing everything. All right. So that's how we begin. A very humble beginning, that when you are using R, you should have the idea that how to install the R. So I have started with this, and now I will tell you how to install the packages and all. So let's see, I have already installed this R. Can you see my screen?
No,
Let
sir.
me, screen is not visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
It's visible, yeah.
So,
So, uh, see, when you open a new script, I know, I think you must be knowing this. What are these four windows? These four windows are, see here, whatever script you want to write, you can write it here. If you want to run a command on the fly, then you can use your console. Console is normally placed here, but if you want, you can shift here also. And here you have environment. Environment means you will get all kinds of your variables and all kinds of data sets. They will be placed here. And here in this, you can take the help, you can see the plots, and you can know the packages which are available. They are actually, and they are not installed, but they are readily available. You can just select it and install it. And then you have help here. Always help is always available. I'll show you how to use it. Don't worry about it. So those who have done some R course a few years back, don't worry about it. We will begin with very something basic, and then we'll move to dplyr slowly. Okay. So the foremost thing which you have to do is install the package. So everybody should write install packages. You write dplyr install packages. So if you do this, do you want to restart the prayer install? I'll say no. If you want, you can do it. I don't want to do it because it is already there. So you can do it and install this. All right. So first command is this, and next is library, and then dplyr. So if you write this, it will start. It has already. Now, what this does, you may ask me question that why you are putting library. Once you have installed the package, what is the need of putting, library command? What it exactly does? Actually, if you see, uh, you have installed the package, the commands are there, but now you have to invoke those commands. The exact word is that you want to invoke the library, this particular package dplyr. So you use the command to load it into the current session. So once you have started, once you have installed it, it needs only once to install it. Once you install it means finish for the entire life. I mean, if you are using this particular laptop, you need not install it again. It will be always available there unless you format your system. Otherwise, it is available. You don't require to install it again. But whenever you start your particular session, then you have to use the command library dplyr. Unless you do it, you cannot use the command. There are ways of using it. I will explain you because online you cannot install anything in rdrr.io or the other one, W3 schools. You cannot use directly. You cannot use library command. There, what we will do, I will explain you once I start this. So those who have studied, they know this command getwd. What is this getwd command? This gives, see here, it gives you the link where the file will be saved. So mine is users Jasleen desktop FDP. So if you want to change it, I say I make a new folder here. And we call it as, say I call it as DBT-STAR. So this is new folder here. Double click this new folder and pick the address of this. Just click this and Control C. You will get the address here, and go back to your R, and here set wd and write the command here like this. It should be well within quotes, the quote, and change the direction of the slashes. Because you see, when the output was there, For get WD, it was like this. So we have to make slashes like this, slashes. And at the end, you have to put double quotes. So this is how you set it. No error is there. If you are getting any error, please check whether you have put double quotes or not. Please check whether you have changed the slashes or not. And go back to get WD and check whether it is giving this. So that means now it is being pointed. So whenever you save the file, suppose I save this file, save, I press this save, it will ask me, okay, you see it has pointed to DBT star. Automatically it points to the DBT star folder because that is a working directory and it will save everything in the working directory. So I put the date 10/03. So it is 2022. 10/03 is enough because we will have 10/11/12. So I save this file here. So it is saved. You can always see 10 March here. All right. So up till now, what we have done is get WD, set WD. Now I will show you I'll show you on the run R code. Here, if you write this command, it won't help much. Why it will not help much? Because that is their standard, folders. They will not help you. They will not tell you anything about it. It says that it is in /work. You cannot change it. You cannot do this set WD. You can only get WD. Same is the case. If you are using it, you press get WD. So there are few commands which may not be useful, but anyway, at least things will start working. So it says it is pointing in temp 6PRRYT. So this is being, you have been assigned a temporary space with this ID, with this space address. So your all files will be kept here. So this is how you check where it is working. So whenever I am on this website, I am on the web page where R compiler is online. You can search for other R compiler as well. See, you write online R compiler. So you just press this, you see, you start getting mycompiler.io, then tutorials point, then onecompiler.com, and then you have W3 School, which I have already shown you, then JDoodle, then JDoodle. JDoodle is another one. And you see these days, they give you a lot of compilers. In one compiler, you can compile Java, you can compile C++, you can compile C and Python. A lot of, languages can be interpreted. So don't worry about it. Once you are in the habit of this, then you will understand what are its reservation and what are its advantages. Both are there. So I will not say that don't use it. It is of no use. No, you can use it, but there are limitations. You are sitting in the college where there is no, facility. You are not getting laptop or something. You can use through your mobile. That will help you. You can check any command you have. You can bet with your friends that no, this command will not work. This command will work. So you can have a good time with R. All right. So I come back. Those who are on this, I will tell you that what will not work. So don't worry about it. You keep yourself ready on your mobile, even on through this web page, R compiler online. Things will start working. So up till now, what we have done is we have get and set. These two commands we have already done. Now we come that R is such a statistical package. So for practicing, they have given you data sets. I want to see what kind of data sets are there. So I will write how to, see several built-in data sets can be accessed through the command. What is this command? I'll show you. The command is just you have write data and then two brackets. right? You press Control Enter, you see, you will get a list of data. Yeah, you see, you get a list of data. So air passenger, DJ sales, BOD, many people use these, but what I will be using is, I normally use in the class, one is the iris and other is, iris is some botany people normally they say. Sometimes I use cars. Cars is something very, not interesting, but it is fine if you are looking for very small data set. You can use iris and you can use, this is iris, Edgar Anderson's iris data, where the flower iris is being, the data is there. It has 150 elements. And then there is another important data, empty cars. So I will be using empty cars and I'll use more database, and then I'll get you fresh database from the website as well. And I will tell you how to go about it, how to see it. Now, how come I started this R? See, when I started browsing the CBSE data, I found that if you use Excel, it will never be able to read any of the element, because when you double click it and open it through MS Office, particularly Excel, it starts moving around. It's hangs there. If somehow you are able to open it, if you wish to do some, you want to find best of three, or you just want to see that whether how many students have passed English or not, if you want this kind of analysis, it is very difficult. It takes 2 to 3 or 4 hours to analyze the data, and here it will take 2 to 3 minutes or even 2 to 3 seconds if the data is small. So it is such a nice thing. So you have seen data means it will give you the several built-in data sets can be accessed through this command, all right. So you can check your system whether the data which I'm talking about is available or not. I'm talking about iris. Okay, now everybody should remember these, some of the quick commands: getting description of data set. Say I use empty cars. Now this is a basic command everybody should know. I'm doing the basics of R. Don't worry, I will take half an hour. You will be you will understand how to deal with it. Then we will move to dplyr. So once you see a data set, then everybody thinks, what should be our algorithm flow chart, that what should I do with the data set? What should be my first command? See, here I am using empty cars. I don't know what is this empty car. So I write help empty cars, and then I just try to see this. I'm talking about only the built-in data set. So you get help here, you get empty car is motor trend car, this, and if you see here, this data is quite old, 1974, motor trend US magazine. It gives MPG, cylinder, displacement, HP, whatever these columns are there. I'll show you that what exactly is this. So you use a command, view empty cars. You can see empty cars. So you get this data. So these columns in normally we call it as variables. We call it as fields. Mathematicians always call it as columns or fields, and statistician call it as variables. So whatever terminology you want to use, you can use it. You can call it variables, fields, or columns. And similarly, mathematician call it as a row, but statistician call it as observations. Even the other branch of science, they call it as the observations. These are the observations and these are the variables. That's a standard way of talking. Calling these rows and columns. So you can always call like this. If you see here, it has so many columns. How many columns are there? See, you can see here, it has 1 to 11 of 32 entries. That means there are 32 rows and 11 total columns are there. So that gives an idea that it is not a very big data, it's a small data. Anyway, we have seen the data as well. Now, what you can do is you remember this another command, empty cars. What exactly is empty cars? It gives the name of the column. It gives the name of the variables: mpg, cylinder, displacement, hp, draft, weight, quick-second, vs, am, gear, and car. So if you want to see the definition on your right hand side, you will find the definition as well. I have put the definition here. So you can see carb is the number of carburetors, and then gear means number of forward gear, and here am is transmission, whether it is automatic or it is manual. So we will be, when we will be analyzing this, then we will see that these column names are important for us, and we can change as well. If you want, I will tell you how to change the column name. We can put as per our convenience. Now, next is I want to see the structure of this object. Object is your empty cars. We call it as a data set. We call it as a data frame also. This will, once you start working with the basics of R, there they explain that what is matrix, what is vector, and what is data frame. So here I have straightway jumped to data frame. strmtr gives the structure of the object. Now the structure is something like this. You see structure. Please see here structure. Data frame, it has 32 observation, 11 variable. mpg num. Num means it is numeric. Normally you will find that they tell you whether it is a logical variable or it is a numeric variable. Even if it is a integer, they will write here numeric, but I will explain you sometimes that how to write numeric in this. And we have factor as well. In some other, I'll show you that what is factor. So that I will explain you. Here I'm taking very simple database where all variables are numeric. So you see mpg is numeric. It has these many elements. It has these elements. We can see that how many elements are there. Individually, I can tell you how to see the columns. Why I'm telling all this? Because you should write these few commands, and once you get a database, start working like this so that you can make up your mind that what you have to do. So I write dimension. Dimension empty cars means that you have to see how many rows are there, how many columns are there. So it has 32 rows and 11 columns. Beautiful. That is what we got from view also. In the view also, we were told that it has 11 total columns and 32 entries. All right. So same, everywhere you will get the same data. Only thing is that the different ways of expressing the data. All right. Now there is another command which is very important for you, and it gives the summary of the statistics related to the empty cars. You can check it. Those who are on the web page, I'll show you that how these commands can run. Okay. Before moving there, I will show you that mpg, it has minimum this, and first quantile, say, then median, mean, third, and we have maximum. So it gives an idea of mpg. Then in this database, which we are using empty cars, here the number of the minimum of the mpg is 10.4, max is 33.9, its mean is 20.9. It means that all values are hovering around 20.9, and then first quantile and second quantile are this. Similarly, if you see cylinders, minimum is 4, maximum is 8, and median is 6. So I believe that it is actually 3 values, 4, 6, and 8. And similarly, you can find displacement and all. The summary can be found like this. Let us come to, I'll copy these commands, I'll try to run them in the web page, because many of the students, I believe they must be on the web page. Let us go there and show it to them. Once I will show them, then they can go ahead. They can do it. I mean, everything. Then again and again, I will not go there. Okay, I run this. View command will not run. Okay, don't worry. This view you have to remove. That's what I wanted to show you. Empty cars. You just write empty cars here. It will run. Okay, let us see. So help help picks up from the documentation. The data was extracted from 1974 Motor Trend US magazine. This is what we were studying, we were reading. And then you go down. Here you see it has given the entire data. It gives the entire data. All right. This is what the data is shown. And then it is the names. You see it has given the names. And here it is your structure. You can see the structure. Here is the summary. Here is the dimension. All right. So everything you are getting here also. There is no error in this. Error was there. If you put view, then it may show you error. But don't put view. View command does not run here. You just put empty cards. It will give you the entire database. So this snippet is good. And believe me, the other snippet is also good. This try edit one. You just select this, paste it, and then run. Get everything here on your right. So those who have not installed, they can appreciate these two websites. So you get everything here. All right. Yeah, they can get everything. Only problem is that this has some advertisements here. This does not have. So RDRR is better. RDRR.io/snippets is better. So this is how you can go ahead. Okay. Now I move to next. So I have shown how to find the summary, and then you may not be interested. See, when I am browsing a big database, say I want to know the pin codes of this country. Pin code means, you see, there are a number of districts, there are a number of states, and number of city. The pin code database will be very large. So what I do is, instead of seeing the entire viewing the entire this, I will use head empty cars. So you write the head, then what it will show? It will show only 6 observations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 observations. And if you want to reduce it, just say n is equal to, I want to see only 2. So you write n is equal to 2. Mazda X4 Wagon R. So it has given only 2. So you can control, by this number, you can control the number of rows. When I say n is equal to 3, it gives 3. Mazda, it displays from the top and moves toward bottom. And if you want to have large number of this, say n is equal to 20, you will find that it has given you the 20 details of the 20 cars. So it is in your hands, whatever you want. Similarly, if you want to see the database upside down, put it empty cars, and n is equal to, if you want to fix it, otherwise it will give you 6. Empty car, tail, not tails, tail. 6. It is from the bottom. So you get 6. And if you want to reduce it, put n is equal to 2. Only the bottom 2 bottom ones. So this is how you can, when you see a database, you must do these. You must remember these commands. These are the basic commands, and they can help you to understand the entire database. Is that okay? All right. So you can keep a copy of all this. Otherwise, I am also keeping a copy. I can send you at the end of this seminar. Okay. So I move to next. Next is when I say empty cars. You see empty cars. When I write empty cars, what happens? It gives the listing of the entire database. Entire database is here. If you want to see it separately in a tab, then you use view. If you use empty cars, all right, view empty cars, and you see it opens up another one. It opens another window where it displays. Now, problem here in our website is it cannot open anything. That's why you cannot write view empty cars. If you try to write view empty cars, what happens? I'll show you. Don't do this. View empty cars. See what it writes. It writes warning message, unable to open display, because it cannot open new display. Everything has to be displayed here. That is why this view empty car does not run. So you can always see the entire database here by running this. Suppose I have a question. I can see this database. Basically, I am interested in number of gears. So I want to see only the column having the name gear. So I will put a dollar sign. This is something new for you. Empty dollar gear means you access empty cars and then tell me what are the elements in the gear. So let us run this. What you will get, see here, you get a vector, and this vector has how many elements? 31 elements. Why 31? Because it has 31 rows. I come back to my editor, RStudio, and here I run this command. I close this. 32 entries are there, na? So 32 hoga. Okay. So now I write empty cars, dollar, whatever you want to see, you can see it, whatever. If you want to see MPG, you want to see cylinder, let's pick up this cylinder. So cylinder, we get the entire list. It is 30th element is this is 31st element, this is 32nd element. So in R, everything is stored as a vector. It is not it holds it element wise. This is the phenomenal thing in R, which you will not find in Excel. In Excel, the elements have a place, and that place we define it as number of rows and number of row and number of column. So that is how we do it. All right. So we cannot do it in Excel. In Excel, we cannot access the column like this. You have to write a complete program in Visual Basic VBA to access the column. And here you see you access the column in few seconds. Believe me, if you want to have CBSE data, you just write CBSE data result $math. You can find the entire result of mathematics in just one command. It will show you the entire result. That's the beauty of R. Okay. Now, basically, once you got this, now your question is that can I know something about the frequency table of this? Can I ask for empty cars, dollar cylinder? I can understand more. See, it says that there are 11 cars which have 4 cylinders. There are 7 cars with 6 cylinders and 14 cars with 8 cylinders. So a single command, this can create, you can write it, creates frequency table. This creates a frequency table. Now it is not necessary that you can put it only for a cylinder. You can go ahead, empty cars, you want to find out, you want to make a table. Table means frequency table of empty cars. And then you write $, and here I am interested in gear. How many cars have been selected which have different gears? So let us see. So 3, 4, 5, which means 3, it has 3, 15 cars are there which have 3, and 12 cars are there which have 4 gear, and 5 have 5 this. So you can make the table, you can easily classify them. Now question is, a unique command, you just write empty cars and then you put cylinder. You will get empty cars, $cylinder. So you get unique number of cylinders, that is 6, 4, and 8. Similarly, you can do unique Now I will tell you, writing again and again dollars is just, troubling me too much. I want that it should be removed. It will be removed easily. I will tell you how. So first you write down this. I am making, you know, unique. How many unique gears are there? So 3, 4, and 5. These are the 3 unique gears. So this is how you can see a database. All right. You can easily find the database. You can access the database and you can see what kind of database it is. So these are few commands which I am telling you. They are not related with the dplyr. They are general commands. Now, before moving to dplyr, I want that you should check the database iris. Iris is something like this. Let's see iris. It has 150 elements. Iris. Let me show you what kind of iris is. So view iris. So iris is like this: sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width, and species. So it has 5 columns. And how many elements are there? You see, you can see here also 150 entries with 5 total columns. 150 entries. So let us see. I will show you everything in this so that you have practice. You can easily practice. Yes. Another important thing which I want to tell you is every time I'm putting $sign, I just want to get rid of this $sign. So before that, I'll show you. Suppose I want to have iris and species. I want to see the species, how many species are there. It gives you an element of each 150 row, 146, 147, 148, 149, 50. So if you see the tail ones, the tail means the last. Let me see 40. If you see from the beginning, 46 is this, 47, 48, 49, 50, and 51 is versicolor. So it 50 data points are setosa, and then when you come to 96 is this one, 97, 98, 99, 100. So next 50 is versicolor and next 50 is virginica. So I can always ask for the table here. So let us see table. I told you that I just want to get rid of this. I will tell you how to get rid of this $sign. Next command is that only. So you see setosa, versicolor, virginica. So each in this data frame, you find that there are 3 kinds of flowers. The species are setosa, versicolor, virginica, and they have 50 elements in that. Now I move how to bind the columns with the database. Rather than accessing it with the $sign, you will get rid of this $sign. Just say attach, and name of the table. You say like this, attach iris. It is already attached. Now I will just write table, and here I write species. You see, I need not write $sign. So attach is a beautiful command which attaches the, we call it as, I'll put a hashtag here, attaches column name in the data set. Right? This is the command, data set. So whenever you start working, so you should attach it, because if you attach it, then you will get rid of all, this $sign and all. You will straightway run like this. So suppose this is the table which I have made. Let me start with the iris again. I have seen it, and now I must know that what are the different columns. So I put names, sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and species. Similarly, you can find summary of each column. So you just write summary, whatever database name is there, you write summary iris. Everything is small. Only one command in R is there which starts with the capital, and that is the view. The rest of the commands begin with small s. So you can find petal weight, species, and here there are other also. You see sepal length, minimum, maximum, and all kinds of stats are available. This is called the summary of the columns. You get summary of every column by using a command summary. There are other ways also. Suppose I want to find minimum of sepal length. I will explain you later. This is another way, 4.3. So you just go back and see that sepal length ka minimum is 4.3 here also. You can use this also, but I'm not using because summary is a better command. Rather than accessing each and every element, you get the entire, statistics in one go by using the summary. Okay. So now you know what is dollar and how to get rid of dollar. Here summary we have used. Suppose I say, please tell me that how many unique names are there in this database iris. So what I will do, I will say unique over the iris database, then I put dollar, and then I put species. So if you put like this, you get Setosa versicolor virginica. Now you see it tells you levels. Levels means that it is a factor. There is a philosophy in this. Again, I wish to give 1 minute or 2 minutes here to understand the philosophy of this levels. See, when it saves in the database, how it saves? If there is any numeric number, it will put, suppose sepal length is 4.3, it will put 4.3. If it is 4.4, it will put 4.4. But if it is a name, then in the entire database, it is Setosa versicolor virginica. There is no fourth name. Had been there a fourth name, it is fine. It can store that also. But instead of writing Setosa every time, 50 times, versicolor 50 times, virginica 50 times, it doesn't do like this. It says that there are 3 levels. First level is Setosa, versicolor, second and third. So in the database also, it writes 1, 2, 3 rather than writing Setosa, versicolor and all. So that is the best part of it. So if I use this command levels, there is some command I don't. Oh, level ka L chota hoga thi, I think. Levels iris. Species. Yeah, you got it. So you can directly access the factors also by using the commands this. So this is when I say in the bracket square bracket 1, which means that I'm talking of the first level. So first level is Setosa. So instead of writing Setosa, I can always call like this, pick all the levels and pick the first one. If you wish to pick the third one, you just replace it by this third one. Since there is no fourth, let us try this fourth. It will say not applicable. The database does not have this. If you put 2, I get versicolor. So this is how you can access the levels also. Everything you can access through commands. That's the beauty of the R. Okay. Now I will move to commands of dplyr. I think the basics are clear to all of you. Basics means once you see the data set, you must start working like this. आप लोग में से कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जो डायरेक्टली आप लोग इन्वॉल्व हैं इसमें थ्रू आर्ट स्टूडियो? नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं है. आप एक काम करिए, मैं आपको एक data.gov.in एक वेबसाइट बताता हूँ. यू गो इनटू द वेबसाइट data.gov.in. दिस इज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की ओपन गवर्नमेंट डेटा है. यहाँ पर यू कैन सी दिस वेबसाइट. Kaggle भी use करते हैं लोग, Kaggle में भी है data, but this I will prefer because if you work on Indian data, that is always better. So here, this is all India pin code directory with contact details along with latitude and altitude. This kind of data you can get it. You just click this, it will ask for, it will tell you that there is a download through URL, a website is available. It will not show you the URL because I have checked it, but once you click it, it will ask for your details. For example, whether this particular what is the purpose of this? You say non-commercial, academia, your name and your email, and press download button. This will be downloaded. I did it and I got it. So this is one of the database. I'm giving you just an example, and this we can easily see it. And I will show you how to access it. Please do it today. Please note down this website, data.gov.in. We will be doing it on the third day or second day. Tomorrow, once we are finished with the filter command, we will do it. So here you can find your state also. If you wish to see the data of Punjab, or you want to see the Tamil Nadu, Odisha, whatever you want to see, you can go to that website and pull down the data. This is, I'm telling you, you just download the data and then work on it. There are other ways. I can always pick the CSV on the fly, which means that if I pick up any database from WHO website, and every day what is the change, whatever change they do, I can get that change also. That is also possible. So I will explain you in this course only that how to access the database on the fly from the different website by using a simple command. There is no rocket science in this, and then you can use it in your understanding, analyzing the data set. And the other one is you download the website and access it. Yeah. Any question here up till now? Am I going fast?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So you please note down this data.gov.in. I have already downloaded this. I will show you. Pin codes. This is the database. Okay. We will analyze it later. So see here, it says you can select it and then you can download it for tomorrow's work. Andhra Pradesh Circle, Kurnool region, Anantnagar division, office name is this. This is your pin code. This is office type, delivery, Anantpur district, state name. So this you get all, everything here. So we can find out that how many pin codes are there in Delhi and how they have divided. This we will analyze tomorrow. Once you know that how to access the data, or you can pick up your data, whatever you feel like. Okay, I come back. वापस आते हैं अपने इसी में. So basically जो आपको कमांड सीखनी है आज dplyr की, उसकी पहली कमांड बहुत सिंपल है और उसका नाम है filter command. Okay, that command is called as filter. But I'll tell you that what are the codes for this, how to there is a standard way of each command. So let me begin. Hash. I am putting hash because you see, whenever you write any theory in this, either you use hash or you use double quote. If you use double quote, it treats it as a string, a literal string. And if you put hash like this, it treats this particular line as a string. So whatever you feel like, if you have more thing to write, then always use this double quote. So let's write here. The first command is filter. And what it does, the filter is this picks up observations. Observation means rows. Observations by their values. So you want to check that who has got 100 marks in the class 12 in mathematics. It can pick it up. In Setosa, we want to see, in that iris, we want to see that how many flowers are there whose sepal length is say more than 5. it can pick it up, which you can not do with your ordinary this, because in ordinary, when you use this logic here, it is really difficult. But if you are using this dplyr, it is in few seconds you can do it. So first command is filter, which we will do it today. And then next command is, the other command is, now if you wish to work on, say, order, you want to change. If you work on this ordering purpose, then you use the command arrange. Arrange is used to reorder the rows. Right? And third command is select. Select. See, I will tell you a magic. How do I remember? If you remember, it will be easier for you also. So select command is used to pick variables. Pick variables. Variable, you understand? Columns. Pick variables or columns. I can write variables or columns with their names. Right. So this is your third command. Select. When I say select, there is a C in it. Mind it, we are working on columns. Whenever I say filter, it has R in it, so we are working on rows. So don't confuse with R and this. It is easy to remember. All right. Filter, R. So we pick up observations, or in the bracket I can write rows. Row or rows, whatever. If it has one, then it is fine. Similarly, if it is column or columns, whatever. All right. The next command is, so you have to remember these 5 commands, and then 6th and 7th I will tell you later. So select we have, then we have mutate. Mutate command is used to create new variables. Create new variables. New variable is a new column. Right? It is a new column. Can you column? I'll write it here. Now if you want, I can write one important thing here with functions. I mean, if you want to put some with functions, yeah, ठीक है, it is fine. बहुत सारी चीजें हो जाएंगी फिर. Create new variable or columns. Now, if you want to create some new, for example, you have 3 subject marks and you want to find best of your average of the 3 subjects, then you use the command mutate. Suppose I have 10 columns. I have say for every student there are say 5 papers, because they have studied 5 subjects. Now I wish to find PCM or PCB. I can easily find PCM, PCB. But if I wish to find best of 3, best of 4, and with some principle that English is one language should be included, then I have to program it. And believe me, programming in R is a matter of seconds. No, it is not a big deal. So don't worry, we will do that also if we have time. Okay, mutate, and then we have a command called as summarize. So basically these are the 5 commands. Additional commands are, one is a group by, which you will learn, and I oftenly use this operator. So these 7 commands you will be using, group by and this operator. We'll do it, don't worry. But now you have to remember only these 5 plus 2 commands. Now, why I'm writing these 5 commands separately and these 2? Because these 5 commands have some syntax. And interestingly, ये सब में you can put like this, you can put like this. Okay. So let us move to the syntax of dplyr commands. Very simple. You can see what are the syntax of dplyr. See, in dplyr command, say you write any command name here, command name, And then the first argument should be data frame. Here you should have data frame. Name me what is a data frame here. We have done iris here. We have done empty car. So if you are working with the empty car, write the name here, empty cars. And then next will be here the subsequent argument where you have to do, where you are working on that, you have to write the variable names. Whatever you don't put any quote in that. Quote is not required. The resultant of this, if you run this command, the resultant is another data frame. Interesting. You may get a single row, which is again a data frame, or you may get multiple rows. Don't worry about it. So I will show you how it works, and then you will be happy to see it. Where you will feel like, yes, now we are getting something. Isko upar karke, I will show you here. Suppose I have a command, view empty cars. Let's see. Please do with me. You can do it on your mobile as well. Okay, don't worry, you can easily do it. View empty cars. All right, you got this view. Beautiful view, but it is very large view. I cannot analyze this data, and it is such a small. If you see, it has only 32 entries with 11 columns. But if you are handling a database where CBSE kind of database or pin code database where you may have lakhs of rows, then it will be very difficult. So now I tell you how to go about it. Now, say I have a command. I will do the first command of this filter, and then I put empty cars. All right. And now my question is, comma, I will write here cylinder is equal to 6. I want to see how many are there which have cylinder. Now, there is one catch in this. Have we attached empty cars or not? If you have not attached it, please write a command here, attach empty cars. Otherwise, you have to put a $sign. It is attached. So now I run this. See. So I got it. The cylinder 6. There are total how many cars are there? You can count them. You can count the number of rows also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then what I can do is table, and I can find gas cylinder. So you see, I got for 6 cylinder, there are 7 cars. So you can see here also in the filter command also. If you want, you can view it also. I can put a command here, view. Yes, you got a view. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 cars which have 6 cylinders. Rest of the things it is not touching, it is not manipulating. Only being manipulated is it is trying to pick all those cars, details of all those cars which have 6 cylinders. Interesting? Interesting and easy both. All right. Then I have. I will go into it and I'll find out table, and then here I write here because it is already attached. So 3, 4, 5. When I write greater than 4, it means that I'm talking of only 5. So that is why you are getting here. If you run this command, you get 5 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So the single condition filter means you have to put only one condition here and you can get output. So if I put gear less than 4, how many are there? So it says that it has so many. Both sorry, less than 4 mein there are total how many? You can see from the table as well. Or what you can do is you can count them. You put a count command here. So 15 are there. This we got it from table as well. So less than 4 means 3, that means 15. If I say less than 5 means how many? 4 and 3 plus, that means it will give you answer 27. Let us see, 27. So I hope that you understood. Now you can easily filter out database easily by using this command. This is called as the single filter command. There are many other things where I'll complicate slowly, but the basic command, this single should be clear. Okay. Now I have written a command called as count. Now when I wrote this command, I shifted everything to right. You need not shift everything to right. You just write filter, and here you write, this is the standard way. First element of this is always data set, and then next is empty cars. Say I take cylinder is equal to 6. So you got this filter. Now I'm going to tell you another command which is called as pipe command, which is written as. I'll take more examples slowly. This just I'm giving you here an introduction that how you can use it. See the same answer you got. Whatever answer you got here, cylinder is equal to C. Here you can see count. The next command, this. Here also the answer is same. Here also the answer is same. What we have done is we have found the subset of the data frame by putting cylinder is equal to 6. We have collected all those rows, and then we said that okay, once you have this, you count how many rows are there. So command count is there. So one way is you write count here, and the other way is you use this piping command, this command, and then you put count. So this is how you can do it. Now, this is for simple one. Now I'm going to complicate little. Multiple conditions filter. What are the multiple conditions? Suppose I want to do filter, and I take empty cars. Hope you are doing with me. Please do it. If you are on the website, on the web page also, you can do it. Empty cars, these all commands will work. Cylinder is which have cylinder 6. I got this 6 cylinder cars. I get the details. Now I'm going to restrict this data set by saying, show me only those where MPG is greater than, say I have 80. So let's see how many elements are there. It has reduced 3 and 3, 6. So let us view it. I'll show you the view so that you are clear with everything. Here I take this and then I take one view, filter, empty cars, and comma, cylinder is equal to 6. And I say MPG is, say I have MPG. Let us see. First I'm going to run the first command. I get, you see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those 7 elements are there where the cylinder is 6. I am saying that it is fine. Cylinder 6 are good, but I am looking for only those cars where the MPG is greater than 18. Greater than 18 means I should get rid of this Merck 280C. So let's see if I can get rid of Merck 280C. Yes, Merck 280C is gone. It is filtered. Now I can put another command. You can put as number of commands you want. If you want, say, what is the horsepower here? See, it has 110, 110, 105, 123, 175. Suppose I'm looking only for those horsepower, say, which are more than 120. Which are more than 120 means we will have only 2 elements, Mark 280 and Ferrari. So I go back and put here another filter. I put a comma here, and here I say, what is that? HP is greater than 120, and I run it. You see, I got only Merck 280 and Ferrari Dino. This is how you can go ahead, go on putting as many as filters you want. Instead of this 120, suppose I go back here. I have this here. I want to buy only those cars which are more than 3 gear. So I go back and here I write with a comma, gear is greater than 3. I don't want to buy the 3 gear cars. I want to buy 4, 5 gear. So my choice will be Mazda RX-4, Mazda RX-4 Wagon-R, Merc 280 and Ferrari Dino, which have 4 gear or 5 gear cars, and their cylinder is 6, so that air conditioning can do well, and it will have a good power also, and MPG will be this much. So if MPG is this much, then maybe I have to spend more money on miles per gallon. So more it is, better it is for us. Okay. So this is how you put multiple condition filter. Now I want you to pick up another database which is called as air quality. Let us see air quality database, so that you have enough practice and you have new challenges here. That is what I wanted to show. Air quality. Let us see this here. Please, all of you see here, there are new challenges in this data set. And these challenges you will face anywhere and everywhere. That's the fun of it. Anywhere and everywhere. What are the challenges? Challenges is here if you see, it gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 columns in it. And if you go in this 5th row, you will find NA. You will find NA. You will find NA. At many places you will find NA. Now, there are 2 schools of thought process. One, NA is something which we cannot have in the database because NA will create a lot of trouble. So that particular observation should be deleted. The other way is you can put 0 in NA. If you put 0 in NA, then it is going to create more troubles, because if you replace it by 0, the entire mean median mode it will deviate. It will start deviating. So it is always good if you delete such rows or such columns where NA are more. So let us try to do that. This is something interesting we will do. Okay. If you want to see it, air quality, I can show you with the command also. View air quality. Let us see. And lot of NAs are there. Lot of NAs. Otherwise, there are how many elements? 153 entries with 6 total columns. But many of the elements in the first column, if you see, there are NA. So NA is there. And I don't want NA to be there. I want to get rid of this. So let us see, how can I ask, because see, basically, when you sit on database, when somebody gives you database, you are going for, say, an internship, and somebody says that, please take this database and give me the idea of what exactly this database is. So you will find summary, you can view the data, you can give the dimension of the data, you can tell the names of the columns. This all exercise you can easily do it. But now we are moving to another level, which level is, now you are probing into the elements of the individual elements of the data set, instead of doing some superficial job. So let us view. I'm asking this is.NA. Now what is my database? My database is air quality, air quality. Now I put a $sign and up the first element. Now if you want to get rid of all this, in the next command I will attach it, and then I will get rid of $. So it says that, if you see, when I run this is.NA, Somewhere it says true, somewhere it says false. Now, what is dot na? Is dot na is if na is there, it will say true. If na is not there, it will say false. So we have to get rid of na. Let me show you something interesting here. Filter. Air quality. Okay. Air quality is your database on which I am working. Is dot na. Is dot na ozone. Let me first do one thing here. Let me attach this file so that I get rid of all this, hassle of writing. Hassle of writing again and again. I have attached it. It has attached. Now I move to ozone. So I filter is dot na. Let us see what is output. Okay, I will view it. View is always better than View opens up a new window. Okay. So you see in ozone there are total 37 entries. So in that, out of how much? What was the dimension of this? Anybody remembers? The dimension dim of air quality is dimension 153. So out of 153, let me close it. Let me close it. Yeah. Okay. Now come back. So out of 153 rows, 37 entries have Na, and that too Na where? In ozone. Otherwise, if you see, there are NAs in Na in other columns also. I can find in wind also. Let us see how many NAs are there in wind. I can always replace here is dot Na in wind. There is no Na in wind. That's good. Solar dot R. Solar dot R has NAs. And basically, if you see, there are some elements, some observation where ozone has also Na and solar dot R also has Na. So Na is appearing in two columns simultaneously in one observation. Here also, in this also, you will find ozone may be Na and then in solar dot also Na. So that's a typical data where it has, we don't call it, if Na are in large number, then the quality of the database is poor. You remember this. So we have to handle it very carefully. That's what I'm going to teach you now, that how to get rid of these all Na. Now see, let us see one way and then I will explain you another way. One way is you can easily do it. You use the command filter and then air quality. See what I am going to do. 153 were there, and then how many NAs were there in the ozone? In ozone we had view key, ozone. I'll put back here ozone. So let's see. So how many elements are there? 37. Fine. I go back to this my script. Okay. So filter air quality, and here I write. We will be finishing it very soon now. Is dot Na. Where you have to look for Na? Where you have to look for Na? In ozone. So what is this command? Please, I'll explain you, then I'll move to you. Please, all of you, please listen here. I am saying here that kindly filter out the air quality data set wherever there is no Na. Is dot Na means positively, but when I put an exclamation mark, it become is dot Na no Na. So let us run this and see what happens. So it gives you 116 because it has deleted how many? 37, because we have identified that there are there are 37 elements and 37 observations in the ozone one where it is Na. So this is called as a filter. If you want, I can show it to you by saying view. So you get view, it has filtered out. Some of you may say, okay, it is fine. This is 116, very good. So, but show us those 37 which have Na. So you just replace not Na by this. You will get 37. All right, you got the 37 where Na is there in ozone. So it's a simple one. So either if you are interested in, I'll close down this all, not required. Okay, so dplyr, हमारी file कहाँ है? Where is the file? This is the file. Okay, so we have now air quality. If you are interested only in those elements where Na is there, then you put not Na, which means that it has already removed all those. But please listen it carefully. You have played with the first column and there were some NAs in the second column as well. How many columns are there? Solar R was the second column, I suppose. So let us see air quality. We can easily check how many columns are there. Air quality. Air quality. So there are how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We found that there is no Na in month, day, temp also we couldn't find, wind also we have not found, but in solar.na there were some this. So I have to write another filter in this. Do you think one way is this? See, one way is I will put that no Na in ozone. This is the new database which I am getting. No Na in ozone. Okay, no Na is ozone. We got it. There are 160 observations. See on the right hand side. There are 116. Now what I do it again. I filter it and I pick up a new database, no Na in ozone. I picked up this database and in this I say, please pick up all those element is .na in my second column, that is solar.r. If I do like this, see how many element I got? 111. So this is another way. Let us view it, how it looks like. It looks like this. You will not find any Na in ozone. You will not find in solar.r because I have filtered them out. You will not find. It can be elsewhere or in other column it may be there. So, but here it cannot be. So it is good that you got it. But the way we are doing it, we are picking up a column, removing Na, and then again, whatever data set we get, we remove Na, we are going column wise. This is a very crude method. We cannot adopt this method when the data set is big. So we should have only one command, and that command is very beautiful command. You can use it simply. Okay, so that command is called as complete cases. This command. You use air quality. Let us see. I will explain you. So it gives you true and false. So I cannot do much about this complete cases because there are either true or false in each this. This is very difficult to interpret. So I will do I'll write one command which will make it easier. So that command is I will filter it. So let us filter it and filter air quality. Interesting part. Filter air quality and then write the command complete dot cases of air quality. Now let us see Whatever it generates is the right answer. Yes, you got 111. Here also, when we did double filtering, you got 111. Let us view it. View this database. Let us view this database. So our database is free from NA in the first column and in the second column. Yes, 111. We did in two ways. First method was you filter out every column and make a subset of data set. Go on doing like this. If you have 100 columns, then all day long you will go on filtering column wise. It will take your all day. But if you do this complete cases, air quality, in one single command, you will be filtering out NA. That's the beauty of this. Let us see another thing and then I close it. Is this time to close? We do have 5 minutes more. So I can do some simple commands and then I close it. No, we could have done for iris also, it is fine. All right, so I just wanted to show you view. We have viewed this filter. Okay. Let's see summary. Let's see. I want to show the summary of this because anybody who is taking your interview will ask you, please show me the summary of air quality. Now you see summary of air. I'll show you a large. Okay. Summary of air quality says that ozone has mean 42.13. Right? Beautiful. I'll take only one this. So I will write here mean of ozone is how much? It is Na. Why it is Na? If you see mean of sepal length, sepal dot length, please try to understand, it's a beautiful concept. Mean of sepal length is available. Mean of iris, every column is available. Mean, median, whatever you want to find, it will be available. Because in iris, you have seen that there is no is dot Na. I'll show you in iris. Is dot Na. It says that false. There is no true in this. I can show you. There is no true in this. All right. So that is why this mean is coming exact in sepal length. But in ozone, see there are number of NAs, it cannot find mean. So what you have to do? You have to get rid of NAs before you find mean, median, or any statistics, because NA is troubling. It does not understand. If NA is there, it does not understand what to do with those NA. Should I replace it by 0 or should I not replace it by 0? That's what it needs to be told. So that's why I'm putting a lot of efforts in making you understand that NA is very important and it can create havoc in database. So get rid of NAs from the database. NAs 0 is there, it doesn't matter. All right. So I hope that I'm able to make you understand that how you can play with the filter command. There are simple filter commands as well. If you take, I will show you empty cards. Suppose I want to find which are the maximum gears. So you just write max gear. If you write this command, gear is double is equal to, all right. Sorry. Yeah. So maximum gear means how many gears are maximum? 5. So you got this maximum gear car. You can filter it, or if you want, you can view it. You can do a lot of things with it. I'll show you quickly. Here, filter, maximum gear is 5, and it brings out the database. Now you can use, instead of max, you can use min also, minimum gear. So minimum gear is 3, you get the entire database filtered on gear. And similarly, suppose I want to find something interesting. Gear greater than 2, and so instead of writing and, you can write comma also, gear less than 7. So it gives you 2 and 7. Or if you want, you can change it more. You can make it less than 5. So you have only 3, 4 in this. 3, 4 3, 4. So those who know what is SQL, so it is something like SQL, you can easily understand it. Okay, so I think filtering up till this point is fine. I will take up more filtering tomorrow, because we have not filtered the database on say I have filter, I wish to filter iris I want to filter with the species double is equal to, say I am interested in Setosa. So if you write Setosa like this and enter it, it will say not found, because Setosa is a name, it is not number. So if you see species is equal to Setosa, it should give double is equal to is not working. So I will take in Setosa species percentage in. I have to. This is another command. I will explain you tomorrow. We will do it in, say, C. Species आ क्यों नहीं रहा? Species आना चाहिए. Species in C. Setosa iris filter. It should give it. I don't know. Attach हुआ? Attach is there. Iris is attached or not? Zero rows. That means it says that Setosa spelling is fine. Okay. You can have your questions. Then I will stop. I'll do this right now. Setosa is fine. Okay. S is small. Okay. So you got all Setosas. See. All Setosas here. So, I mean, this is another command wherein if you are dealing with these codes with these characters or list, you can use this. Fine. So I stop here and I'll take up your questions. Well, any questions?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Sir, what is the function of this complete cases function?
Complete cases, when you run this command complete cases on the data set, it will give answer logically, which means that logical constants are its answer. It will say whether it is true or it is false. So if it is a complete case, it will say true, otherwise it will say false. So true, false, it will always do this. And then you filter out all those trues or all those false, you will get the new data frame which has complete this. And the beautiful part of this is in a row, if there is even one NA is there, it will leave that NA. But if you are filtering out NA from the first column, it will filter out 20 elements. In the second, if you filter out, then maybe you filter out 15 elements. But there are some cases where NA is in the first row but not in second, NA is in second, not in first, then it will be a trouble for you. And there are rows where both NAs are in the both. So you have to be very careful in this. That is why we take complete cases. Because if you are going to declare the result of CBSE, then you have to be sure that NA's cases are not there, because NA means that either you have not checked the copy properly or the marks have not been put properly. So they look out for NA before declaring the result, and wherever problems are there, discrepancies are there, those cases they do it individually. That's why you say that they say the result will be declared within 3 days, and it takes sometimes 5-6 days because they look out for discrepancies.
Okay, sir, got it.
सर
Yeah.
सर हम ये एमएनए को हम फिल्टर कर रहे हैं ना, मतलब रिमूव करने के लिए, बट जब हम मीन और मीडियन निकालेंगे तो सर डेटा सेट्स तो वही रहेगा ना, एज लाइक आइरिस या फिर एयर क्वालिटी, तो उसमें से परमानेंटली तो एनए रिमूव नहीं हुआ, हमने तो फिल्टर
नहीं।
किया है, तो सर उसमें से कैसे करेंगे?
जब आप फिल्टर आउट करते हो ना डेटा, तो उसको कहीं और सेव करो। जो बिल्ट इन डेटा होता है ना, वो कभी भी आप उसको वो टच नहीं करने देगा, वो लर्नर्स के लिए। जैसे मैंने ये फिल्टर किया यहाँ पर कंप्लीट केसेस, ये मैं फिल्टर कर रहा हूँ। कैन यू सी माय स्क्रीन?
यस सर।
Yes, sir.
यू पुट इन एयर क्वालिटी नो एनए, राइट? नो एनए में इसको डाल दो। नाउ योर नो एनए वाला ये अब आपका नया डेटा बेस बन गया। फाइन, दिस इज योर नो एनए। यू कैन चेक इट, यू कैन चेक दिस ऑल्सो। इसको व्यू को हटा देता हूं मैं। अब आप इसकी डायमेंशन चेक करोगे तो डिफरेंट आएगी, राइट? सो whenever you work, normally I don't save database because I want to show you how things are working. So you see air quality, no database has 111 observation. It means that it has taken only complete cases. तो आप इसका कुछ और भी नाम दे सकते हो। अगर आपको एयर क्वालिटी नो एनए नहीं देना, आपको कहना है न्यू एयर क्वालिटी एन एयर, आपको न्यू एयर देना है, न्यू एयर नाम दे दो, नायर बन गया, नो प्रॉब्लम। सो यू हैव नायर हियर 111, ये न्यू नेम आ गया, ये भी रहेगा, ये भी रहेगा। सो यू कैन ऑलवेज कीप अ कॉपी ऑफ दिस। You cannot play with built-in data set. You cannot manipulate those. If you manipulate, keep a copy in somewhere else, and it will show you here that you are keeping a copy. Okay? Yeah, any other question? Tanya?
Yes, sir.
Any question?
No, sir.
हेलो सर,
Hmm.
इन लास्ट कमांड यू यूज, मतलब आपने स्पीशीज को हमें मतलब एक अलग तरीके से वो करा, सेटोसा को सेपरेट करा, बट अगर मैं उसे नॉर्मल यूज करूँ और करेक्टर की तरह यूज करूँ सेटोसा को, सो इट विल बी फिल्टरिंग आउट द प्रोग्राम, मतलब वो उस डाटा को फिल्टर आउट कर रहा है सिंपली।
हाँ, करेगा। वो उस वक्त स्पेलिंग गलत हो गई थी ना। So if you write like this, I think it should work.
यस सर, इट विल वर्क।
Yeah, it is working.
बट सर इसमें तो चलो हमें करेक्टर था, मेरे को एक चीज, ये तो हमारा चलो करेक्टर हम इसे ऐसे फिल्टर आउट कर लेंगे, लेकिन अगर मेरे को डाटा को टाइम स्टैम्प के अकॉर्डिंग फिल्टर करना हो तो?
टाइम स्टैम्प से?
हाँ, टाइम स्टैम्प के अकॉर्डिंग फिल्टर करना हो तो?
हाँ, बहुत आसान है। अगर आपको टाइम स्टैम्प मालूम है कि टाइम एक्चुअली प्रॉब्लम ये है, योर जो टाइम स्टैम्प आप डालोगे उसमें वो किस फॉर्मेट में हमें देखना पड़ेगा। क्या वो हमारा जो बिल्ट इन फॉर्मेट है उसमें है या नहीं है ना? सो विच मीन्स दैट if the database which it is reading, try to understand what I am saying, if it reads that it is a time, then we can date and time है, we can subtract it, है ना? डेट्स अगर हमें दी हुई है, कोविड की डेली डेट्स आ रही हैं कि इतना ससेप्टेबल है, इतना इन्फेक्टेड है, ये अगर हमारे पास डेली डेट्स हैं, डेट पे है डेटा, सो व्हाट कैन आई डू इज, सपोज आई टेक डेटा ऑफ 2021, 1 जनवरी को कितने केस थे, सेकंड में से फर्स्ट माइनस किया, थर्ड में से सेकंड माइनस किया, आई गो ऑन लाइक दिस, आई कैन फाइंड आउट वेदर इट इज इंक्रीजिंग और नॉट. So in this I have to subtract date also. The other way around is, if I don't do it, then I can assign a new column wherein I can write 1 day second day, third day, fourth day, like this I can do. So date can also be subtracted. Don't worry, I'll show you how to subtract the date as well. It is possible to subtract two dates. See, here you see I have done this. As dot date, date is greater than this, ये subtraction कर रहा हूं मैं. System date में से 2 दिन minus कर रहा हूं. So we can handle everything. Don't worry. Okay?
इट्स ओके, मतलब यहाँ पे तो चलो आपने जो दिखाया उसमें हम डेट माइनस कर रहे हैं, और मतलब मैं ऐसा एक वो पूछा था, जैसे मतलब हमें डाटा दे रखा है जिसमें हमें टाइम स्टैम्प दे रखा है, टाइम नहीं दे रखा, पहले तो हमें उसे टाइम में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ता है कॉज
टाइम स्टैम्प उसने दिए तो हमें क्या वो लिटरल स्ट्रिंग की तरह मिल रहा है? कैसा मिल रहा है?
वो न्यूमेरिक फॉर्म में है।
न्यूमेरिक फॉर्म में तब तो बहुत आसान है, फिर उसको तुम
तो
उस टाइम में कन्वर्ट कर पा रहे हो या फिर उसको कॉन्केटेनेट करके निकाल लो। व्हाट इज दैट? एक्चुअली वो मिनट्स में है, आवर्स में है, सेकंड्स में है, कैसे है वो?
सर वो उस तरीके का फॉर्मेट में नहीं है सर, वो उस फॉर्मेट में जो हमारे न्यूमेरिक फॉर्म होते हैं, तो जो 1950 ऐसे करके एक फॉर्मेट आता है जो हमारा टाइम
तो
का,
बहुत ही आसान है, और भी आसान होता ही है।
उस वाले फॉर्मेट में,
इसमें फॉर्मेट में है तो आपका इसका मतलब हर आर का दे रहा वो।
हाँ सर,
हर आर का दे रहा तो बहुत आसान है ना, डिवाइड बाई 60 करके उसके कन्वर्ट कर लो।
उसे मैंने वो कन्वर्ट कर लिया 8640 और 22569 करके डिवाइड करके,
हाँ।
वो टाइम स्टैम्प में हमारा कन्वर्ट हो गया, मतलब टाइम में।
ऑलराइट।
अब मतलब वो जो मैंने उसे डाटा को इंपोर्ट किया तो वो करेक्टर फॉर्म में, अब मेरे को वो करेक्टर फॉर्म में, तो इसलिए वो मतलब डेट्स का वो नहीं हो पा रही, फिल्टर आउट नहीं हो
एज
पा रही।
डॉट न्यूमेरिक कर दो, जब उसको इंपोर्ट कर रहे हो ना, एज डॉट न्यूमेरिक करके इंपोर्ट करो तो वो न्यूमेरिक की तरह आएगा।
ओके सर,
नंबर्स की तरह आ जाएगा।
ओके सर, ओके सर।
इसको कहते हैं कोर्सियन। आप जो है इसको जो डेटा टाइप है वो जबरदस्ती कन्वर्ट कर रहे हो, उसको फोर्स कर रहे हो। सो दिस इज पॉसिबल। ये कमांड है एज डॉट डेट। देखो एज डॉट न्यूमेरिक, ठीक है, ये किया ना मैंने न्यूमेरिक, एज डॉट न्यूमेरिक 2 + 4 से जे लिख देते हैं। तो इसको ये नहीं समझ में आ रहा है कि ये क्या हो रहा है। एक करते हैं हम 2L। ऑलराइट, देखो इसने क्या किया, एज डॉट न्यूमेरिक 2L इज व्हाट? 2L इज एक्चुअली इंटीजर। क्लास देखो इसकी 2L की, लेट अस सी क्लास ऑफ 2L। क्लास ऑफ 2L, क्लास ऑफ 2L इज इंटीजर। ऑलराइट, और अब क्या हो गया, सपोज करो इसको मैंने डाला R में, R इज इक्वल टू ये आया, R इज इक्वल टू न्यूमेरिक कर दिया। अब क्लास ऑफ R देखो क्या है, न्यूमेरिक होगी। मैंने क्या किया, इंटीजर को फोर्स किया कि वो नंबर में कन्वर्ट कर दे। इज दैट ओके? ऐसे ही आप फोर्स कर सकते हैं। कोई अगर नंबर पीछे से एक्सेल से आप लेकर आ रहे हो, CSV फाइल से, वहां से वो आपकी डेट दिख रही है आपको, लेकिन यहाँ आते ही वो कन्वर्ट हो जाती है उसमें स्ट्रिंग में। then you can force it to read it as date, so you will write as dot date, ठीक है, as dot date, you are forcing it to read it as dot date.
ओके सर,
good question. Is that okay? Should we stop it? कल हम लोग इसमें और आगे करेंगे। तुम लोगों को कल फाइल इंपोर्ट करना सिखाऊंगा, और बाहर से कैसे लानी है वो भी सिखाएंगे, एक्सटर्नली कैसे लानी है, इंटरनल कैसे लानी है। सो प्लीज आई रिक्वेस्ट यू, ऑल ऑफ यू, टू बी, ये डाउनलोड कर लेना, ये वाला डेटाबेस, डेटागोव से जाके पिन कोड वाला वो डेटाबेस ले लेना, और नेक्स्ट क्लास में मैं तुम्हें इंपोर्ट करना सिखाऊंगा। फिर हम जो नया डेटा सेट होता है उस पे काम करेंगे। ये दिस वेबसाइट वर्क इज ओवर टुडे, वी विल नॉट गो मच इनटू वेबसाइट, बिकॉज इफ यू आर इंपोर्टिंग सम फाइल यू नीड टू हैव योर ओन सिस्टम। ऑलराइट,
ओके सर।
ओके,
यस सर।
राइट धीरज,
यस सर, यस सर।
को आज क्विज नहीं कर रहे हैं हैं धीरज?
हाँ ठीक है
कल
सर,
से करेंगे।
ठीक है
ठीक,
सर, ठीक है सर।
ये कुछ चैट में आया हुआ है, अटेंडेंस है पंकज?
नहीं, ये सुबह का है।
yes, ठीक है, ठीक है, ओके, बाय बाय,
कल
थैंक
कल
यू।
12:30 पे है
Thank
ना
you,
सर?
sir.
Thank you, sir.
कल 12:30 है ना?
कल 12:30।
I will take class from university. All right.
ओके सर।
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye. Oh, Nidhi is raising hands. क्या हुआ
Thank
निधि?
you, sir. Thank you, sir. I just wanted to thank you for this enlightening lecture because I had no idea about our language and always wanted to learn this. So it was really simple and you made things so clear and simple in understanding. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Just
you.
wanted
R is simple. You must attend one 2 hour lecture wherein or you can see the Simply Learn YouTube also, basics of R.
Okay,
You
sir.
just see 2 hours, because see, if you understand the philosophy which I always talk about it, that R handles the data set in columns. That's an important philosophy. Second is R is very efficient in handling NAs, which your Excel cannot do.
Yes,
So
sir.
these two important things makes R very interesting, very easy and efficient. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Truly.
Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.
Bye
Thanks.
bye. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.